Is around the Atlantic.
SWAT teams were held at bay in Frankfurt for hours in what appeared to be a tense hostage situation. And as the drama unfolds, police determined that no one was being held at gunpoint, but 2 suspects are taken away into custody.
The John DuPont murder trial takes a dramatic turn. Several wrestlers testify about DuPont's alleged drug use. Good morning. It's Saturday, February 8th. I'm Kathy Egan.
And I'm John Blunt. Thanks for getting up. Thanks for joining us on News 10 today at Sunrise.
Well, they say the white stuff is headed our way this morning, but I keep hearing varying amounts on the radio and whatnot.
One way to find out what's headed our way, let us let you know. The salt trucks are all loaded up and waiting to go. Let's find out on the latest estimates. Here's Glenn Hurricane Schwartz.
Well, you're going to see a tremendous variety of weather conditions depending on where you are or where you go today. This is going to be one of those backward storms where the farther south you go, the heavier the snow is going to be. First, we'll show you that it's cloudy outside. It's 35 degrees at the airport, so the temperature's above freezing. It's been above freezing all night, and so as the precipitation starts, the snow starts, it's already snowing in parts of Delaware and South Jersey, it will melt on the roads. The snow will gradually be increasing during the day as temperatures fall to below freezing, so especially after dark tonight, that's when it's going to stick. Snow with increasing winds tonight with a low temperature of 26 degrees by morning. This is not just a brief event here. We do expect several inches of snow to fall in the Philadelphia area, and even more than that, points to the south on our storm scale of 1 to 5, where 1 is a trivial storm and 5 is crippling, 4 is major. This is what we expect. A major storm in central and southern Delaware, South Jersey, a significant storm in Philadelphia, and just a nuisance storm points to the north. Detailed snow amounts coming up and the 5-day forecast in a few minutes. John?
Thanks, Glenn. As Glenn just said, the top story this Saturday is the weather, and a lot of weather is headed our way. Bad weather. PennDOT crews are now geared up and ready to roll as soon as the first snowflakes start hitting the pavement. So far this morning, everything is running smoothly, but we are expecting a real mess in just a couple of hours. The snowplows are loaded with salt and standing by for the latest blast of wintry weather. Now, here's what's happening out there right now. Snow is now falling in South Jersey and in parts of Delaware. There will be 2 of the hardest hit areas with upwards of 6 to 10 inches of snow expected. In Philadelphia, the snow should start falling later this afternoon, dumping anywhere from 3 to 5 inches on us. And for the Lehigh Valley, only a couple of inches of snow are expected, but temperatures are expected to drop. And of course, stay tuned to News 10 throughout the day for updates on the storm with Glenn Hurricane Schwartz and the exclusive Earthwatch forecast. What's with the growing numbers of Earthwatch?
Yeah, the numbers are not astronomical, especially considering last year at this time, but we haven't had much snow. It is a weekend, so if you're afraid of going out in the snow, you may not have to go driving. And initially, the snow is going to be melting on the roads because the roads have been warm yesterday and all the way overnight. At the moment here at NBC 10, we're right at the freezing mark, 32 degrees, the high since midnight. 41, the low 29. The wind's out of the north at 3, and that's one of the things that's going to help the temperature actually drop over the next few hours. Humidity 60%, the barometer 30.20 and falling, and we'll watch the precipitation during the day and tonight. It's going to be quite a variation. This is a backward storm, as we call it. We had some of these last winter where there's actually more snow to the south and less to the north. 25 in the Poconos, already below freezing in Allentown, 32 in Reading. Now, whatever snow falls in Lehigh Valley and Susquehanna is likely to stick, especially on the side roads, but it has been above freezing from Philadelphia, Trenton, all the way down to South Jersey and Delaware, so it'll be a while. We've got to get heavier snow before the stuff sticks on the roads. This is the Doppler radar the last couple of hours. There's Philadelphia. And you can see down to the south, this isn't really heavy snow. This is likely some sleet that the radar is very sensitive and it can detect that, but you can see the heaviest stuff down in Delaware and Maryland. Wider picture showing a large area moving in. Again, the heaviest stuff to the south. That trend is going to continue. Snow is falling from Atlantic City to the Philadelphia airport all the way back into Ohio. This entire area is getting some snow. Rain from Richmond to just south of Salisbury, Maryland. And this storm is going pretty much west to east, so the warm air is not coming up. It's not one of those storms where we worry about it changing over to rain, at least not in the city. As we fly back, we can see the center of the storm last night over Alabama. Right now it's over central Georgia. It's a fairly large storm and it's not moving all that fast, so we're likely to get many, many hours of light snow here. Again, the wider picture of the radar showing a large area. The back edge of it is still in Indiana, so we may not see see this ending until tomorrow morning. Now, here's what the computer's saying. By noon today, there's the center of the storm over South Carolina. The northeast winds keep the cold air in here. And look at the heavier stuff to the south. As the storm moves offshore, the heaviest comes by late this afternoon and into this evening. And again, that's Delaware, South Jersey, some heavy snow falling. And look at this, up near the New York border, nothing. The storm moves out to sea late tonight. The winds start to shift into the north, and once again, the heaviest is to the south. And that is going to continue that way. What to expect? Just a dusting far to the north, 1 to 2 inches across Harrisburg, Reading, Allentown, Lehigh Valley, but that'll be sticking because temperatures will be cooler. 3 to 5 in the greater Philadelphia region, closer to 3 to the north, closer to 5 to the south. Again, this is just an average, and 6 to 10 inches far to the south. That is a major snowstorm, especially considering we've seen practically nothing there. Here's the forecast then in detail for extreme South Jersey and southern Delaware, the area of the winter storm warning. We're talking about 6 to 10 inches. There could be some mixing in with some rain or some sleet. Temperatures down into the lower 30s. That's the area where travel is going to be the worst, and especially after dark tonight as it accumulates on the roads. In the greater Philadelphia region, 3 to 5 inches. Heaviest coming in this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures are falling to below freezing. Then north and west snow, 1 to 3 inches. The farther north you go, the less snow we're going to see. And then the 5-day forecast is going to show some snow flurries ending tomorrow morning with a high of 37, then a dry day Monday, then a chance of some more snow on Tuesday. That remains to be seen how significant that is, but it's about time we had a snowstorm. This is unlike all the other threats so far this season.
Okay. Thanks, Hurricane.
Thanks, Hurricane.
And we'll see if it's going to turn into a major storm. I'm saying it's not really a major storm this morning, although some of you who have travel plans might think it's kind of a headache to have the snow early on this Saturday. But again, we're not looking at any nor'easter winding up along the coast at this point. Again, we'll check on later today with the forecast coming up shortly. Satellite shows the moisture in the east and a little system dropping through the west. That's kicking up some snow now around Lake Tahoe and Reno. And there may be a few inches at the ski resorts in western Nevada and northern California during the next few hours. After that, there should be some clearing and some great ski conditions, not only in the California-Nevada area, but across just about all of the west today. Well, let's talk more about current weather in the east. And what we have is a double-barreled low-pressure system, one low. This one off the coast of the Carolinas, by the way, is more than likely going to become a primary low-pressure system as the day unfolds, as the original low begins to weaken back over Georgia. The energy, in other words, will shift out to sea, and this is frequently an area where we see cyclogenesis or low pressure develop at the surface because you have the Gulf Stream waters out here, and typically you get a baroclinic zone. Simply put, that's just a contrast in temperature. And these systems like to develop right along the dividing line between the warm air over the Gulf Stream and the cooler air coming off the continent. We already see that beginning to happen east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. At any rate, even though we have two distinct low pressure centers and not one big low, there's still a widespread area, wide shield of precipitation. Radar is going to confirm that. Although I can tell you that a lot of the precipitation showing up here at the northern fringe this precipitation shield is not reaching the ground. In fact, we have seen echoes of snow around Philadelphia and Harrisburg for several hours now, and it is just now beginning to snow very, very lightly in Philadelphia and Harrisburg, Gettysburg, and Lancaster. The heaviest snows are south of the Maryland-Pennsylvania line, right about at the northern edge of this darker green shield of precipitation. Now, south of that, it's raining. over the Delmarva Peninsula and the Tidewater and around Richmond. And north of that, there's a mainly light to occasionally moderate wet snow near D.C. and Baltimore to Hagerstown and back over the higher elevations of West Virginia and Western Virginia. One other thing I should point out are pockets of drier air beginning to filter in from the southwest. Right here around Charlottesville, for instance, the snow is tapering off, same in Shenandoah, the Shenandoah Valley, and over southwestern West Virginia, reports of the snow stopping altogether. So that is one sign that the system may be becoming a little less organized than it has been overnight. At any rate, we do see the heaviest precipitation right here pressing out towards the Atlantic Ocean. This happens to be rain, Norfolk Newport News, maybe a thunder shower here just southeast of Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. And steady rains for those of you in South Carolina, East Central, and South Georgia. There's even a few thunder that promotes severe thunderstorm activity. But as the day unfolds, we'll keep you posted to any possibilities for that. Right now, it does not look like a tremendous threat of severe weather today in the southeast, namely the state of Florida. Back to the snow, Kentucky, Ohio, southeastern Indiana. And in the snow area here, it's in the upper 20s, while east of the mountains, it's in the mid-30s. So a lot of the snow is melting, if not all of it, on the main highways right now. And as the sun comes up, temperatures may even climb a little more, for instance, around D.C. So there's a possibility as precipitation gets lighter later today that it may actually turn to just a few sprinkles or some light rain. In the meantime, light snow, 34 at National Airport. 28 Chicago, 12 in Denver, 46 right now in San Francisco, and some light